David here, One Up Gaming, episode 367 of the One Up Gaming podcast. And we're going to go straight into the weekly news. So, yeah, weekly news with me, One Up Gaming. Me? One Up Gaming? No. One Up Gaming with me, David. Whew. I really don't know sometimes. I talk and I just wonder how the hell I've managed to get around for this amount of time in my life because I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway. ESPN combining Toy Story and the NFL in fully animated takeover of Jaguars and Falcons game. So do you guys say Jaguars? Because we say Jaguar. And Jaguars and Falcons game. Patrick Star roasting quarterback Russell. I have no idea what the hell any of this means. Russell Wilson was one of the 2022's most memorable moments. I have no idea. Now Buzz Lightyear will be taking aim at Trevor Lawrence as part of an Even Stranger crossover event by ESPN and Disney+. They'll combine the cast of Toy Story and the Jacksonville Jaguars and Atlanta Falcons. The only thing I remember about the Atlanta Falcons is that Mo Sizlak said it on one of the Simpsons episodes. And he put a beer mat or something in front of his mouth when he said it. Billed as Toy Story Fun Day Football, the new crossover will immerse viewers in a fully animated version of Sunday's game between the Jaguars and Falcons. It's described as a first of its kind NFL presentation in which each Falcon and Jaguar will have animated representation on a traditional looking field created by the Toy Story setting. Oh god. Oh no. Oh god. Oh no. So I guess this will be like an American exclusive, I'd have a guess. I don't know. But what do you guys think? Leave comments. Are you excited to watch these fully animated, kiddie-friendly version of an American football game? I just don't understand where the thought process is, why put that much money into it, but then again, I'm not Disney, I'm not NFL, I don't know what I'm doing. Next up, Ubisoft's Defiant Delayed, after being rejected by PlayStation and Xbox. So Ubisoft could potentially launch Defiant somewhere between the middle of September to the middle of October after being denied certification by PlayStation and Xbox. In a written update, producer Mark Rubin said that Ubisoft started the certification process on PlayStation and Xbox at the end of July. However, in mid-August, Ubisoft found out that the game received a not pass. If it had passed, then Defiant would have been released at the end of August. Now Ubisoft has to search for compliances and functionality bugs within the game and fix them so they can ship. Ubisoft plans to submit a first-party platforms for certification again in less than 2 weeks. If the game passes, then it can officially be released by middle to late September. Rubin also states that the game will likely receive a conditional pass, meaning that Ubisoft will have to implement a day one patch, and Defiant is looking at an early to middle October release. That sounds bad to me. It sounds like the game is not running well, not doing well, bugs, glitches. It might need to be delayed. If we were following the standard rules for game releases, we wouldn't have set a date far enough in advance with enough buffer to have a confident release date. However, a lot of things with this game, we have not chosen the typical route. He continued, having millions of people play your game long before it's ready is not normal. Not being afraid to show an unfinished game to millions of people with all its flaws is not normal. These were real tests and not just marketing events. So when it comes to when we will release, the real answer is as soon as we can, and we will continue to update you with more info when we have it. Defiant is a free-to-play first-person shooter game developed by Ubisoft San Francisco. It has had several beta phases this year, including a closed one in April and an open one in June. It will launch on PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S whenever it can. What do you guys think? Do you think it's just... What is it with all these, like, like live service games. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of all these sort of things. Make a game I can chuck on, play the single player game for 5-10 hours, delete it, and if I want these sort of like live service games, add a really good engrossing single multiplayer mode, and I can sit and play that if that's what I want. But I just don't like how everything's, even like single player games are all pushed and focused into these sort of like narratives now. But anyway, we'll go into the next bit of news, and that is Nintendo ending Mario Kart Tour. Oh God, Mario Kart Tour content add-ons. As of October the 4th, they will no longer release new content for Mario Kart Tour. As shared by Reset Era user Poltergeist, Nintendo quietly announced the end of new content in an in-game update after the list of upcoming tours. From October 4th, tours will consist of content from tours that have appeared before. No new courses, drivers, karts, or gliders will be added following the Battle Tour starting October 4th. We hope you continue to enjoy playing Mario Kart Tour. Nintendo therefore made clear this isn't the end of Mario Kart Tour, as it will continue to support the game with tour events going forward and won't shut down servers. All incoming content will have been available in the game previously, however, meaning there won't be anything new for players to experience or collect. Mario Kart Tour launched in 2019 but seemingly failed to make waves, as Nintendo was reportedly underwhelmed by its mobile games ventures that included Super Mario Run, which wasn't a great Mario game, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, which was just was it just like a house building thing? It wasn't like a full Animal Crossing, and alongside Mario Kart Tour. So IGN gave it 6 out of 10, and I thought 6 out of 10 was a bloody good score, because I actually thought the game was crap. I really did. I thought the handling, the physics, everything was just bad on the game. It really was. I'm not a massive Mario Kart fan. Don't get me wrong. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, is that the newest one? I thought that was really good. It looks nice. It plays nice. Loads of content. I think it was just a really good game. But the one on the mobile was just bad. It was just bad. I think Nintendo had to put these games out because they were pressured by their stockholders, shareholders, whatever you want to call them. And yes, they made a shit ton of money, but the games just weren't good enough. So we'll go straight into the next bit of news, and that is Borderlands developer Gearbox is reportedly up for sale. Gearbox, the US game company behind Borderlands series, is reportedly up for sale. Reuters reports Gearbox parent company Embracer is weighing up its options, one of which is a sale. Apparently Embracer has received interest from a number of third parties. Neither Embracer nor Gearbox have issued comment. Embattled Embracer is currently undergoing a significant restructuring that has already seen the closure of Volition, the long-running studio behind the Saints Row series and the Red Faction, I think then. Early this year, Embracer announced it would start to close studios and cancel games as a $2 billion deal reportedly with Saudi government-funded company Savvy Games Group fell through at the last moment. Embracer Group had been on an acquisition spree over the last few years, including snapping up Tomb Raider developer Crystal Dynamics and Gearbox, among many others. The February 2021 deal to hire Gearbox valued the company at up to $1.4 billion. Borderlands spin-offs Tiny Tina Wonderlands and New Tales from the Borderlands came out last year. Gearbox published hit shooter Remnant 2 this year, and is down to publish Blackbird Interactive's sci-fi real-time strategy game Homeworld 3 at some point in 2024. Eli Roth's Borderlands film heads to theaters summer 2024. I thought it was all fully filmed and finished and everything, but I guess not. Or it might just be quite a bad move and they're just getting it out of the way or something. Embracer, do you reckon they've bought too much and now they're struggling to keep everything running as it should? Or do you reckon they're just getting rid of some of the shite that they just want to get rid of, really? Leave comments, let us know, talk to us, please. Next up, here's what Starfield's solar system looks like compared to the real thing. Bethesda's Leviathan space adventure Starfield is out in the wild, and players are busy exploring the countless planets and stars that populate the sprawling RPG. To mark its release, IGN is taking you on an orbital tour of Starfield's blah 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 blah. Right, so Earth's altered appearance stands in stark contrast to the rest of the solar system, which has seemingly continued on regardless in the wake of humanity's exodus. The majesty of Saturn's rings is captured beautifully by the developer, who also took care to include the fainter ring system around Jupiter, Neptune, and Uranus. Attention to detail was also seemingly paid to scientific accuracy throughout the model. For example, in the current day, Uranus is the only planet that orbits at a near right angle compared to the rest of the worlds in the solar system, likely owing to a cataclysmic collision with a planetoid in the distant past. This same dramatic tilt is also evident in Bethesda's recreation, as are the rusty patches marring the surface of Pluto, which are thought in part to be the result of organic compounds called phylons that coat entire swaths of the dwarf planet. The icy solar system moons are very well modelled, featuring stress-cracked surfaces that hint at the presence of powerful gravitational influences of the. Oh yeah, it's just I'm not that. The story wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I'm sorry, it's not the best. But yeah, it's nice to know that they are modelling things and recreating things and doing really well with all that. But I would expect that with the money and the budget of the game. But anyway, we'll move on to the next bit of news, and that is, here are the 4 best footballers in the world according to EAFC 24. So the 4 players have an overall rating of 91. They are Kylian Mbappe, 91. Alexia Putellas, I've never heard of him, with 91. Erling Haaland, 91. And Kevin De Bruyne, 91. I'm surprised at Kevin De Bruyne. But yeah, there's a 91. Oh, it's a woman. It's a female. Is that the woman that got kissed? I don't know. So there's like there's 3 90s. Oh no, there's more. Guys, Neymar Jr. still up there with 89. Van Dijk's overrated. I think on this, De Bruyne is overrated, Benzema is overrated, Courtois is still overrated, Kane is overrated, Lewandowski is overrated, Messi is overrated, Neymar Jr. is overrated, Salah still good, but he's still overrated, Van Dijk overrated. The women's game, I couldn't tell you a single person. Is there any English? No English. But yeah, so that is that. I don't know. Are you excited for EA Sports FC 24? Because it's the first EA football game I've bought in a long time. I've bought it, I've got it ready to play when it downloads. And I just thought I'd give it a quick go just to see if any changes have been made. I don't think they will have done, but it's just nice to start with brand new people, brand new feedback. Next bit of news, Ash Ketchum, voice actor, shares emotional reaction to her final Pokemon scene. Ash Ketchum voice actor Sarah Nachochenny has shared a video of her raw and emotional reaction to the final scene of the Pokemon anime featuring the show's beloved protagonist of 25 years. We've known for a while that Pokemon anime would be bidding farewell to Ash and his pal Pikachu, but with the final episodes of Pokemon To Be a Pokemon Master now airing on Netflix, people are reflecting on the iconic duo's eventful journey, including Sarah, the English voice of Ash. I don't know who she is, I don't know. As reported by Nintendo Life, she's voiced a famous trainer for the past 17 years, posted a behind-the-scenes video from the studio showing her reaction to the freshly dubbed last season of Pokemon to be a Pokemon Master. In the clip, she gently applauds the ending before breaking down in tears. Yeah, it's because she knows that her easy-to-do gig's just gone now, and now she'll have to find more work. It could be quite hard. Months ago, I filmed myself watching the freshly dubbed last scene of the Pokemon. I have no idea if I can watch it all now. I'm told it's incredible with music and effects. I hope you're enjoying it on Netflix US now. In response to the post, we received messages of love and support from fans, and many reaching out to thank her for her contribution and commitment to the series over the years, while others shared their personal thoughts and reactions to blah 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 blah. Yeah, I've not seen anything Pokemon since I was about 16, 17, and I'm 42 now. I did have a Pokemon little thing that you pressed 2 buttons at the bottom, it made its little cheeks light up, and I think it made a noise, I can't remember. And I didn't get any of the card games. I only got the red or the blue Pokemon game. I haven't really played any of the other ones since. And I have watched the Detective Pokemon, which was quite a good movie. But other than that, yeah, I've never been drawn into the Pokemon world. What do you guys think? Are you going to miss this voice actor? Let us know. So we'll move on to the next bit of news, and that is Drew Barrymore. The Drew Barrymore show resumes without writers amid the WGA strike. This is an update. 2 audience members said they were kicked out of the Drew Barrymore show today for their support of the WGA strike, while union members picketed outside. I'm not going to read that. Right, so the full story, let's have a look. Drew Barrymore has come under fire after announcing a resumption of her talk show amid the WGA strikes. According to Vanity Fair, the Drew Barrymore show will welcome its studio audiences back to the CBS. I completely blanked with the name. What letters were then? Broadcast Centre at 530 West 57th Street later today, September 11th. Despite a WGA picket which is due to begin this morning. This is bigger than just me, said Barrymore on Instagram. I own this choice. We are in compliance with not discussing or promoting film and television that is struck of any kind. We launched in a global pandemic, she added. Our show was built for sensitive times and has only functioned through what the real world is going through in real time. I want to be there to provide what writers do so well, which is a way to bring us together to help us make sense of the human experience. I hope for resolve for everyone as soon as possible. We have navigated difficult times since we first came on air, and so I take a step forward to start season 4 once again with an astute humility. However, the Writers Guild of America asserts the show is breaking the strike. The Drew Barrymore show is WGA covered struck television show, explained WGA spokesperson Jason Gordon. It has stayed off the air since the strike began on May 2nd, but has now unfortunately decided to return without its writers. This essentially means Barrymore, her cast and crew members, as well as her audience, would have to cross the Writers Guild line to produce the show. The Guild has and will continue to picket any struck show that continues production during the duration of the strike. Oh God. Barrymore herself, free to support the strike, saying everything we celebrate and honour about movies and television is born out of their creation. However, a CBS spokesperson claimed the Drew Barrymore show will not be performing any writing work covered by the WGA strike. Still, her celebrity guests will get a small reprieve. Under the rules, actors are allowed to participate in talk shows as long as they restrain themselves from promoting any work disputed, produced, or financed by studios or streaming platforms that are a part of the Alliance of Motion Pictures or Television Producers. It's unclear, though, which actors will be willing to cross the picket. The Drew Barrymore show does employ WGA writers who are currently out on strike, leaving many to wonder exactly who will be writing the show in its current form. So, who is writing her opening monologue and literally everything else on this show when it starts up next week? Asked actress Felicia Day. Scab writers? Oh, gross. Drew Barrymore, gross. I don't know. I don't really care now. It's gone on well enough, I think. Are they asking for way too much money? Is that why it's taking so long? But I don't know. I'm tired now, like. So we're going to the next bit of news, and that is George Romero's final Living Dead film finds its director. So Session 9, I've never heard of, and The Machinist, I've heard of that. Director Brad Anderson will take the reins. Twilight of the Dead, the long-awaited Living Dead film whose script treatment was co-written by the late George Romero, has finally found its director. So what do you think? What do you guys think about this? It's been a long time coming, but I think now they've finally got the director, they've finally got it all up and running, and hopefully we'll see the final movie in the Dead series, I guess they want to say. I mean, I'm interested. I loved Night of the Living Dead. I love Dawn of the Dead. I love Day of the Dead. You know, there's a good few ones there. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a couple of bad ones, but we'll see what happens. So the last bit of news I've got on here, not really gaming, is NASA rover makes enough breathable oxygen on Mars to sustain a dog for 10 hours. NASA's Perseverance, yeah, that'll do, rover has successfully completed an experiment designed to create oxygen on Mars using a technique that could one day provide astronauts with breathable air and be used as a key ingredient in rocket fuel to return the journey home. Humanity is looking to expand deeper into the solar system, first by establishing a permanent base on the moon before finally placing human boots on Mars for the first time in our species' short history. For this to be a reality, both NASA and its partners need to develop new technologies that will make use of the natural resources of those distant worlds to ensure that future missions are as self-reliant as possible. One major problem faced by astronauts, oxygen. So MOXIE is a microwave-sized instrument that uses a device called an electrolyzer to split carbon dioxide particles harvested from the Martian atmosphere into pure oxygen and waste products such as carbon monoxide. A tech demo has been running intermittently since soon after the rover made landfall in 2021 and recently finished its 16th and final run early last month. MOXIE was able to create oxygen at a rate of around 12 grams per hour and has now generated a total of 122 grams of the precious gas. The amount created, which is roughly the amount a small dog breathes in 10 hours, was twice as abundant at what the scientists were originally aiming for and had a purity of at least 98%. Besides being breathable, the oxygen could also be used as a clean ingredient, blah 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 blah. So, NASA, you smart bastards, you are doing everything amazing. I can't believe all this stuff that's happening. It's so there. It's just crazy. It's absolutely mind-bogglingly crazy. That was the news for this week. We're going to have a quick break and we'll be back with this week's UK Top 40 charts. So back in a couple of minutes.